Salutations, my students of siege warfare. I am currently embarking on a quest, and that quest is to rank every siege weapon throughout history and where they place on the siege weapon tier list. Today, we're talking about the OG of siege weapons, the long wooden pole. The long wooden pole dates from a long way back, when men were still men and warfare had some real glory left in it. We're talking about the alpha build of the game, the 20th century BC in ancient Egypt. The long wooden pole had precisely one use on the siege warfare battlefield, and that use was for prodding mud brick walls. Specifically, mud brick walls. Mud brick walls were one step up from wooden walls. They were fireproof. Unlike wood, they crumbled easy. Also, unlike wood. The long wooden pole user would firmly grasp their wooden pole and prod at the mud brick walls until the mud bricks would begin to crumble. After destroying enough of the mud bricks, the entire wall would topple over. Now, these wooden poles may have been long, and they were long enough to keep the soldiers protected from rocks being thrown down at them. It also meant that they were still in arrow range. Given the fact that the user of the long wooden pole was still in archer range, this meant it had to be coupled with the wooden shed. The user of the long wooden pole would be in a fixed position, spamming light attack in a long combo string against the mud brick wall. This was the only attack it had. Being so long, it was unwieldy to be used for any other purpose. In history's first form of paid DLC, the long wooden pole could have been equipped with a metal tip. Back in the 20th century BC, it probably would have been made out of bronze, stone, or bone. With all this information in mind, where does the long wooden pole rank on a tier list? It was easy to use. If you could firmly grasp it, you could prod a mud brick wall. No training required. It cost about nothing. You just get a wooden stick, you're ready to go. It also had no maintenance upkeep. Now the cons? The wooden pole was about as effective as thoughts and prayers. It needed to be comboed with a wooden shed and people to protect you, since you're wielding a useless weapon and standing still. The effectiveness of the wooden pole was also directly proportional to how bad your enemy walls were already. I'm putting the long wooden pole in D tier. It definitely deserves to belong in the F tier. It's the OG siege weapon. We gotta have some respect for it. But Siege Captain, that's just a spear. I know.